Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this morning. We appreciate the viewership. I want to thank Stan and Ken for taking the show yesterday, doing a great job, giving us a lot of information. So let's get started today. Our weather brought to us by our good friends up there in Southport. They're Drew Potter's company. This is a small business America. I mean, there's great local guys and girls working there. I just really think a world of them. We're getting ready for our big Christmas toy push, so we'll be talking about that later. But anyway, let's get on to move over the weather. Gulf Coast air conditioning. High today, 73, low 43. Let me repeat that. High 73, low 43. That's a 30-degree swing, as we've been talking about the last couple of days. That front's coming in. It's going to be bringing some strong winds with it. It's going to also have some cool temperatures. But in a couple of days, it's going to warm back up. The low this weekend, I was looking at going to be in the 60s. So water temperature at the end of the pier is 77 degrees, actually going up a degree. Our river read is brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola, the fine folks over there. We're looking at the Apalachicola Bluntstown, folks, 1.5. That's extremely low for the Apalachicola River system. The Choctawhatchee Caryville continues to be low, is at a 1 foot. That's really, really low for both rivers this time of the year. Any time of year is low. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Looking at good strong tide today. The low tide this morning at 10:04. Coming in all day to about 11:05 tonight. And the wind, I'm talking about the wind, will be coming north at about 14 to 15. Really strong, cool air. It's going to be blowing, so be careful on the water if you venture out. There's, of course, Halloween, and I always like to, Halloween's always been funny to me because I always did this with my students. I was blessed to have a relationship with my students. I could sort of joke around with them at times. And Halloween, the same. This is like a dad joke we did at Halloween. Some of them sort of rolled their eyes at it, but on Halloween day, I'd pick out at the beginning of each class, and I had like 6 classes. I'd pick out a girl or boy that I could joke with. You know, you don't want to hurt their feelings, but they could all take it. They were seniors. They were cool. They were too cool for school, they thought, but we really enjoyed each other. And I'd want them just at the beginning of the class. I'd get ready for roll call, look around, and I'd say, Susie, Halloween's tonight, take off your mask. And then the class just crack up. Then the next day, the next morning, after Halloween, I'd pick up, hey, Johnny, Halloween's over, take off your mask. A little dad joke like that. They would crack up at that age. The seniors just cracked up. So for the next couple of months, they'd see me in the hallway or something. Coach Chester, Halloween's over, take off your mask. So anyway, if you got somebody you can pull that joke on, it's real corny and all, but it may bring a laugh, and laughs are important in our life. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Have a lot of pictures, a lot of things going on over the past weekend, so let's get caught up. Let's start off with the weekly update on the Mosley Outdoor Ed construction of the classroom here. They got the insulation on this past week. See the nice insulation, and it's really taking shape. All right, let's move on to, here we go. We had J.B. Hullard on the show last week, and folks, he's still catching those mullet. Gold hook method, they got their limit, 50. All right, good job, JB. Great having you on the show. Down at Sunjammers, their first delivery of the 2024 Hobie kayaks arriving actually this week because I copied this last end of the last week. So they got a camo Hobie. Is that cool? Okay, go see Brad. Catching mullet now the old school way with a net. This is Chris Morris and Jerry. Jerry makes his nets. In fact, he makes some hammocks. They made me a hammock that I still have. This is a good sign right here, folks. Catching these mullet right here this time of year with a big cast net. Good job, Chris and Jerry. Okay, some brim. Jim Blythe sent me a beautiful picture, beautiful brim right here. Good job, Jim. And then his buddy, Harry Register with a shell cracker. Thank you, Jim, for sending that. I'm glad y'all got to enjoy. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that river beautiful this time of year? All the creeks and rivers. Here I am fishing at the at the Cape. I want to show you, I had a great time one morning, Gal and I were down there. What has happened, folks, the beach area from Hurricane Michael, now the beach is it's getting eroded way up my way. This is right close to the state park. We talk about a stump hole all the time, but there in the dunes, they've already planted, look at all the CO, it's already getting washed away. This is incredible. The 50 years I've been there, this has never happened. In fact, my bucket right there, we struggled with my bucket, but we just got wet. That's as simple as that. I didn't mind that at all. And over at Waxahachie, another picture of these snook. Several folks over there are catching these baby snook over there. This is really cool. It's going to be interesting to follow them. This is a good story. Okay, let me tell you about Natalie Noel Estes, her husband, Lloyd. Okay, Lloyd killed a 5-foot rattlesnake on our property today, then skinned it and cooked it, and we all ate it. First time any of us have ever tried rattlesnake meat. Not too shabby, but very chewy. The kids all ate some too. This is not a pioneer family here in the Panhandle. They're faithful members of a city church and very loyal viewers of Panhandle Outdoors. So here's the snake, and I'm so proud of them for doing this. Check this out. Got it skinned out. That meat looks good. Good job, Lloyd. Natalie got it fried up there on the stove. Is this not tasty looking this morning? And look at those strips right there. That's really good meat. It's actually it's healthy for you. Okay, there they are right there. I love it. But anyway, I think what was cool. Look at it all by there. So I think he's already had some. Good job, Natalie and Lloyd Estes. All right, move on. Talking about photography, we'd like to talk about it, but this is, I don't know if you saw this story. This is down at the National Wildlife Refuge in St. Mark's. Anyway, this is a great blue heron. He's trying to catch this green water snake, but they took a series of pictures. Is this not great photography? I mean, this is not staged. This is nature at its finest. The snake, they said about a minute and a half struggle of twisting and turning and all, and look at there, different angles. The heron, trying to get him, the snake just will not give up, and actually escaped. They said the snake actually escaped from this. So that's cool. Talking about black bear. This is from Louisiana now. This is not from around here, but that bear actually had to climb up there. I don't know how in the world they got in that barrel to get that corn. But is that not amazing? Okay, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We talked about before our fishing heritage around the Panhandle is so strong, and along with that comes our boat building heritage. When I did the book, I did, it was on the fishing and boat building. That was the title of it, on both, because you couldn't have one without the other. And it is carried on, and I'm so proud of our heritage. It's just really special to me. So when I get an opportunity to see some things still going on, it sort of just really puts a smile on my face. But going back to the Sherman Shipyard, building a big ship down here. He came down, okay, I won't go into all the details. I'm gonna talk more about the Sherman Shipyard because this story today is not about them, but from 1924 to 1928, they built these big old ships here. And I got to interview the Sherman family, and that's Walter Sherman, his dad. His dad was 94 at the time. This is back in the 90s. And that's the actual hull. They used that as a model to build those ships. And then this is just, they're building right down there, the Sherman Shipyard, down in Millville. And it's an enormous process. Imagine intensive labor. In fact, these pictures in my book, this is the first one, the J.H. Laird. And you can look at the men, count the number of men and all that was actually doing the labor down there. And just a lot of hard working, so that's just, building that from scratch. And they actually built two at a time, believe it or not, they built two at a time. So anyway, with that being said, I was fortunate enough, I was invited to the actual, I know you saw it on TV, the launching of this Coast Guard of the new Coast Guard ship that the Cernia family, called the name of the company, the Eastern Shipbuilding Group, and they have been around a long time. We've had him on the show. I've interviewed him for the book and all. And this big ship they launched this past Friday, I was there. So I'm going to show you a series of pictures I took with my phone. So I didn't have my camera. So they're not going to be Hollywood perfect, but they're going to be the real deal. Here it is. First of all, you walk up to it. This is a new class Coast Guard cutter. Now you're talking about a team effort. They had to start doing these bids I don't know how many years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, they had to start the process of bidding to get this bid from the government on this Coast Guard. There's a new, folks, this ship was 330 feet long. A football field is 300 feet long. So that tells you, so you walk up to it in awe, that tells you the size of it. Okay, so I just, and it is a big deal up there. People gather around under the tent, and this is right at the beginning, more people, there's standing room only. But it's just really, got to see a lot of folks, and it's just great business. The business community are all excited about it, and they employ a bunch of folks to do it. And then different people are different around, everybody taking pictures. There was Nisa, she sang the national anthem, and all kind of, the Coast Guard brass was around. This was a big deal. The TV stations were here, even Panhandle Outdoors was there. Like I said, I'm talking about the big brass in the Coast Guard. They were excited about it too. This is just a lot larger ship than they normally get. So anyway, here's our local dignitaries, some of our city commissioners. I have my friend Jared Register on the school board, Tommy Ford, a couple of county commissioners down here. They're all in attendance, all right? And then guess who shows up? And I'm all dressed up. There's Megan. Look at Megan, sweet Megan. She graduated from Florida and went to work for the Cernia in doing the bid. She helped do the bid. She works at Miller Marine now for her dad. She and Mandy. But at that time, she was very excited about it because she helped get this bid. I mean, she worked hours. I mean, all of them worked hours and hours. So here we are. We're breaking the. We're going. Okay, here's the christening of it. This lady. I forget her name, but she's in the program. So she had the honor of doing it, and she's going to be the. Okay, here we go. This is a long-standing tradition in America and the world. Boom. Uh-oh. It didn't work the first time. You see this? All right, we'll try it again. Boom, it didn't work the second time. All right, wait a minute now. All right, so let's try it. Okay, we're going to try it again. The third time should be the charm. We had a good wind, as you see. Boom, and there it is. Everybody was clapping and going, jumping up and down. Okay, for the big moment here now. Okay, so here we go. All right, so I move over so I can sort of get the angle right here. So sitting, I mean, this is at Watson Bayou, of course, and the old ships I'm talking about, this exactly, they brought them in the other way. I'll show you that later. So here it is. Okay, so it's got, it's amazing at the teamwork. They all do this at the same time. So here we go. Start sliding down. This is my photography, so, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Is that not spectacular? Then it started rolling back over. So I thought it was going to roll over. Look at it. And rocking back and forth. That was just, to witness that was just amazing. It was just a spectacular moment. And everybody was clapping, and it was just, and all the workers were there. So they employed so many good, hard-working folks and everything. And in fact, right as I took there, here's all the people with their cameras. Mark McQueen right there. And a bunch of folks taking pictures and all. See how happy everybody is, and it's a special time. So here it is sitting in the water. So anyway, and that's it right there. And so what I wanted to share with you, the heritage of building the fishing boats, and it's moved on to another level now. The Coast Guard, building Coast Guard, the huge ships for the Coast Guard, 330 feet. By that fishing and boat building heritage is alive and well here in the Florida Panhandle, especially down at the old Sherman shipyard. Here's the irony, that the one I showed you, that old wooden boat I showed you being built, that was built in 1924. That was 99 years ago and they've been building boats since then. And it's really, a lot of people don't realize that part of our heritage and all. I just wanted to share that with you. I congratulate the DeCernia family, Brian DeCernia, got it started. His son Joy DeCernia is doing it now, and it's well organized. The number one thing I think about when I go over there, and I go over there on occasion, and the number one thing I think about, the hard work all of them do, the hours. Like I remember when Megan Miller was working for them, she was putting in, I want to think, maybe 60 or 70 hours a week on just working on the bid. And all of them were doing that, trying to get that bid. And you got to look who they're bidding against. The boatyards up in New England and Boston, and all those shipyards been doing it since the 1700s. Over here in Mobile and Pascagoula, those are huge groups that are doing it. So when we got the bid, I say we, our community and their company, it was an exciting time. So I just wanted to share that with you. I know a lot of y'all have an appreciation of it. Again, congratulations to the Eastern Shipbuilding Group and the Coast Guard. Let's take a break, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by our good friends down in Port St. Joe, Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at our time, 1:34 to 3:34 this morning, and this evening, 2:02 to 4:02. But remember that wind will be blowing about 14 or 15 coming straight out of the north, bringing in some of that cool weather. And don't get out in a risky open area. I know you veterans know that, but you just never know, somebody may do it. You may have heard the news. We're talking about some great news from the local guy, Fred Myers. Check this out, and his buddy Cody Shivers. They won. Remember, Fred was on the show. Folks, they won. Look at here. They just won this past on Sunday afternoon. This flashed across. Fred Myers III and Cody Shivers have won the 2023 Yamaha Bassmaster Redfish Cup Championship, presented by Skeeter Boats. They got 3 days total of 36 pounds. And congratulations, look at there. That's just something to be proud of. Now, you know, when Fred was on the show, he was sort of apprehensive about fishing up there. Not that he wasn't scared of anything, because the size limit was different, and also they had a situation where it was like 20 or 24 inches, and I was able to follow them some, and they had to lead after every day, and I'm trying to get I'm looking for video of it. Okay, so I've got this video right here. Okay, let me see. We're gonna try to. This is actually them in action. They're currently in first place. Is this not some great action shot? Okay, get some clues. They're fishing together. Our Cody hooks up on. So what does Fred do? He automatically, he starts putting things up. He reels in real fast. You see, now watch Cody. These are pros. Watch how he's bringing that in. He's keeping that rod tip high. You can learn a lot watching these guys. There it is right there. So Fred, okay, you see the net they have. You see the area they're fishing in around this is really good action stuff. And that Bassmasters was carrying this live. All right, they got it netted. Now remember, the size limit was 20 to 24 inches. So this is important. We don't realize the detail. You and I would just either release them real quick or throw them in the box, and we'd measure them in about 5 seconds. But watch how, this is what you do in a professional tournament. You got to be so exact, because this could mean winning or losing on the actual measurement, especially if it's close. And you got to handle them gently. You got to keep them alive. The cameraman, of course, on the boat, he was a professional, and it looks a little different than Panhandle Outdoors filming, don't it? So I got him out of the net. Now they had to lead on the first day. This was the second day, I believe. All right. So here we go. First of all, I got it. Okay. It might. I know he was really close, and you have to do it. I mean, you have to press the tail. I was trying to figure out what they did. Then I remember Fred told us one time, you've got to really press the tail down, and like I say, you don't get. See right there? I mean, you got to get it exactly. And you know, the size might have been 23 inches. I'm not sure, but I know it was very, very close. But I was reading the comments. I think it was 23 inches. Look at there. That was the max size for that particular lake. That in South Carolina. They're up in South Carolina, and so that was a critical fish for that second day, because that kept the lead right there. So anyway, folks, they won. I don't know. I'll give you the details later on exactly what they've done and all, as far as. I know they got a big old trophy, but that was the Bassmasters Redfish Classic. That was the top level of redfish tournaments you can go to. You know, the Power Pole people were very excited for Fred and Cody, because that's their big sponsor. So that was exciting news that we got to be a part of. We heard about it really quick. I wanted to get it to you as soon as we could. Okay, talking about some exciting news. Congratulations, Fred and Cody. We'll get Fred back on a little bit later when he settles down. But man, I mean, he don't have, the bad thing about it, you don't have where to go but down, because you up here. I mean, you won that one, then won this one, and that's a great job. All right, let's move on to on tomorrow's show. I'm going to have the video on Saturday morning. I was able to go up there to Whigham, Georgia. We talked about the snake aversion clinic and really enjoyed it. Charles Willis and Freddie York and I went up there, and Charles had one of his dogs with him, and we got to sort of see the setup, and I did the whole show on it. Gail, it took her hours to edit my video, and I just wanted to let you know about what's going on. The way they have it set up, they have three different cages, one no snake and one big old eastern diamondback, and the other one has a cottonmouth and also a copperhead. It had two snakes in it. And what they'll do, you move the dog around on a leash, and then if it gets close to the snake, they send a little shock to it. And it's amazing watching these dogs. You can really pick out the real smart dogs, and also you can pick out the hard-headed dogs that it takes them a little bit of time to learn it. So you're going to really enjoy tomorrow's show. The whole show will be on this video, but we spend all day Saturday up there, and Gail spent hours doing this. All bring you the best we can in the outdoors world here in the Florida Panhandle and the surrounding area. So y'all have a great day today. Do something good for your fellow man. Enjoy the outdoors. Let's take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.